Appears to be a virtual machine window, currently on Mac, for BT4R1. Backtrack 4 release 1, remember that?
Yep.
It's in Cali too. So what does this thing buy you? Realistically, it's not actually a point-and-click GUI. I mean, it is that thing, but more importantly, it's a team server for a Metasploit. And you get to share things with the rest of your team. If you're red teaming with 15 or 20 people, there's some pretty cool shit that comes with that. I'm talking about a shared credential store. Someone owns a box and gets in. Maybe they rooted the password. Maybe they just found it via an exploit. You get to share all those. You don't have to re-exploit anything ever. You'll only do it once. How'd you get in that box? Well, there's your credits. Shared sessions. Instead of saying, hey, throw me that shell, you can just send it to someone else's desktop. That means you can split up into exploiters and shell sharpers pretty easily. Have one guy who's owning boxes all day, and the rest of you maintaining access and persistence. Does that sound like fun to anybody?
Yeah.
Team-based Metasploit. Kind of cool. Other cool shit? Pivots. Everybody knows what a pivot is? Please? Hands. Pivots. Yes. Okay, some people don't. So when you own a box, you don't have to own the next box from the box you're on. You can own the next box from the box you just took. So far, so good? That's a pivot. Once you establish covert communications with the box you just owned, some nifty protocol, maybe you're hiding in DNS, maybe you're in HTTP, maybe HTTPS, why launch in clear ways? Why don't you just go via your covert channel to the box you just owned, maybe it's a router, maybe it's a gateway, and pop the guys behind that, and then pivot deeper and deeper and deeper. In general, most corporate networks are going to be 1, 2, maybe 3 pivots off the internet, but not much more than that. So once someone establishes a pivot after they own a box, that means you can borrow their pivot and launch your accesses, your attacks from inside the owned box. Kind of hot, right? Can I get an amen? Awesome. Finally, the most annoying thing for group red teaming is people don't understand what's on the network. What is that box? What operating system is it? What's its IP address? Does it have a host name? You have one shared network map. Because you're sharing essentially one huge Metasploit session across multiple desktops, that means you're all sharing the same site picture. You know where you are, you know what needs to be owned next. Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. How do I get this crazy thing? 1, it's in Cali. 2, coolest domain name I've seen in a long, long time, fastandeasyhacking.com. Raph here with the ugly mugshot is a friend of mine. This is not a paid advertisement, but it's good to have friends. If you see him at a conference, and he goes to every major security conference to talk about this, which is his open project, and the other side of this, which is his paid project, which pretty much pays the bills. If you see him, he always has ISOs on him, steal one, and definitely make fun of his logos. They're awful. That said, that is Armitage, and this is me.
Thanks, Will. All right, so next up we have Gavin, our guest speaker of the night, talking to us about crypto stuff and Bitcoin stuff and all that cool math-oriented stuff. Now would be a good time to get up and drink more beer if you have. I'm just saying while Gavin gets up. My opener's on that aisle over there, so if you need an opener, go to that aisle. There was one in that cooler, it might have gotten lost in the office.